And welcome to the principal's office. Join us as we dive into the real conversations about the state of education and the transformative journey of learning. From uncovering the challenges in today's classrooms to celebrating the breakthroughs that shape young minds. Now, this show is your inside look at the world of education. Whether you're a teacher, a parent, a mentor, a lifelong learner, we're here to spark dialogue, share insights, and inspire change. Now, of course, I want you to like and subscribe for thought-provoking episodes that we're going to have every week, right? That will, explore and just help us dive in and have more discussion about how we can make education better because the children are our future. And we want to get better students every day. Okay. So let's dive in. Let's dive in. Let's dive in. Now, I'm going to say something. It's probably provocative, and that's just what it is. Boys and girls do not learn the same. Boys and girls do not learn the same. They don't learn the same way. They don't receive information the same way. They don't communicate the same way. How do I know this? Because boys are young men. Boys are men in little bodies. So if you're a wife, if you're a wife, if you're a mother of boys, if you are a grandmother, I'm pretty sure that the stories that you can tell about talking to boys and how you feel like they don't pay you any attention, they don't understand you, they look at you like you're crazy. All of those are relevant to kids in the classroom. Same, because usually in classrooms there this is a female dominated industry, right? um and when you have all of these women in the classroom teaching boys, women love to talk, give you a million and one details, and tell you gives you, it's just superfluous information. Boys don't need all of that. Boys don't need all of that. Boys, just like men, don't need all of that. They like clear, concise information. Get to the point. What do I have to do? When does it have to be done? What do you want me to do? Like all of the open-ended stuff, they don't need. They need straight to the point. No emotion. A lot of them don't need emotion. Now the younger ones, they'll need emotion when like you're looking at their papers, or they want your attention and they want to tell you a story or anything out, but anything outside of, they want your attention, anything outside of tasks, right? So whatever, if they're being creative or they just want to tell you a story, that's what I'm talking about. They'll be more engaged emotionally that way. But when it comes to the schoolwork, when it comes to things that they need to do, they just want to know, how quickly can I get this done? Because I know 9 times out of 10 they're talking about video games, and they are thinking about video games. They are thinking about ways to beat the video game. They're thinking about how many more skins they need. They're thinking about how many more V-Bucks and Robux and all the bucks that they need in order to continue on and to win that board and to, okay, you see what I mean? So the things that we're learning and the things that we're teaching in the classrooms don't really satisfy the needs that these young boys have, especially young black boys. So when we demonize them, when we over penalize them, when we condemn them for not doing something, for not completing or finishing their work, for not doing their homework, for not listening while we're talking, for all of these different things that teachers usually get offended about, right? And that's a real thing. Teachers do be getting offended. Adults definitely get offended from the things that kids do. But when we get offended by them, we always put the blame on them. But I would submit to you that maybe it's the teacher, the instructor, the parent, the adult, the mentor that needs to modify their approach. Are we using cookie cutter methods? Are we talking to each child and treating each child the same way? I get it, equality and all the things, and everybody's equal. I get that, but not in our relationships. The relationships shouldn't all be the same. How we communicate to them shouldn't be the same. The information absolutely can be the same because we teach out of books, right? Curriculums. The information's going to be the same, but how we deliver it has to be different. Absolutely has to be different. Boys could care less. where girls, let's say they need us to explain something in 1,200 words. Boys, they can do 100 or less. They can do 100 or less. Just tell me, just answer the who, what, when, why, how, where. Just give me all of the information that I need so I can move on. Because to them, it's a challenge. It's a game. Things have to be done. Life has to follow the pattern of a game. After I beat this board, what's next? What can I expect? This is what you do. All of their games have all of their games have objectives and instructions. So it's like once you lay it out to them that way and give them everything that they need and tell them when it needs to be done by, they'll have it done. Oh my God, I'm telling you because I practiced it. I practice it, and I'm telling you, this is no lie. It absolutely is no lie. Now, as a parent, I had to modify it because I was like, what? I kept looking at these kids like, are y'all crazy? Do you understand what I'm saying? Why are y'all looking at me strange? But Grant, I'm in a house of all boys, a husband and 5 boys. I'm the only one. I'm the outlier. I'm the one that needs to change because all of them communicate the same way. All of them understand each other. It's me who's disrupting their little, I don't know, vortex that they have, right? But I had to understand, in order for me to be effective, I need to change. I need to change how I communicate. The same thing I did in the classroom. When I had a classroom of all boys, my dialogue, my conversation, my relationship with them was much different from when I had a classroom of all girls. So much different. Oh my God. When I was with the girls, it took us 20 minutes to get started because they want to tell me all the backstories and tell me all these details about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Boys would come in, they would say hi. I would tell them, like, we would joke a little bit, get right into it. Miss Harris, what we doing today? Here we go. This is what we doing. And then I gave them the objectives. I'm saying, we're going to watch this video. We're going to go over these practice problems. We're going to do this for your independence. You're going to do this for your independent practice. And for homework, you have this. If you get done early, you can do your homework and then you're free. They was like, cool. Cool. Right? And if they needed help, of course, I would give them help and assistance, or we would work in small groups. But they just wanted to work in small groups with the ones who wanted to be close to me. And it was pretty much a lot of them. They wanted that like mommy feeling, like just to be around me. Crazy. But they would still do their work and get it done. They would be joking and laughing and all the things, but they would enjoy themselves. And don't let me say, if you get done, you can play your game. Oh my God. With excellence. Okay. There were a few who tried to play me. It was like, no, you cut it out. Okay. Because you gave the same answer for all 27 problems. You stop it. You stop it. But because I'm a mother of all boys, I kind of know those little loopholes that they try. They try it. Boys try it. But anyway, it's very imperative for us to understand that as the adults, as the educators, as the instructors, as the mentors, as the teachers, as the directors, if you're in the sphere of education or youth advocacy or working with young people, when you have boys, when we are working with boys, young men, especially young Black men, we have to understand that our communication has to change. How we explain things to them must change. Our delivery must change, right? I'm not always 100%. I'm not batting 1,000. I'm not always 100%. Sometimes I'm just going, right? I'm just going on autopilot because this is how I've been doing it. If you don't catch it, you miss it. But that's selfish. It's selfish because my job is to make sure that you're equipped to move forward. My job is to make sure that you have all the resources that you need and understanding of who you are and walking in the fullness of your identity so that when you go out here in these streets, you're not being morphed into something and transformed into something that is not you, right? So we just have to understand, what's the end goal? What are we trying to do here? Is it self-serving? Are we just with kids because it's easy and it's a lucrative industry and you can always find a job? Or are we there to actually equip them, to help them to be better, to help them to walk in their identity and understand who they are, right? Purpose-driven youth, giving them leadership skills and everything that they need to continue and to be the future. Are we doing that? I don't know. That's something for you to answer. But I hope that this helped you with our little time in the principal's corner. We got to take care of our children, take care of our babies. And remember, change how you communicate with these boys. Change how you communicate with these young men. Because they are focused on food and money. If what you're teaching them doesn't line up, if they can't, if it doesn't satisfy the needs of food and money, they probably won't listen. They probably won't listen. So get to know them, build a relationship, and change your communication. That's it. All right, like this, share this, comment. I want to hear from you. I love talking to you. And tune in next week for some more informative conversations. All right, transformative, I should say. Okay, y'all have a great one. Bye bye.